Somebody say, hey, 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 hey. Where are my Niger Delta people? Say, hey, hey, hey. Ebenezer, hey. Ebenezer, hey. Ebenezer, hey.
You know the vibes when you tune into Wells Radio. You prefer those on radio. 89.3, they carry me go. I just follow, they carry me go. You know the vibes when you tune into Wells Radio. You prefer those on radio. 89.3, they carry me go. I just follow, they carry me go. See your ears with awesome news. Make it do my recover you. Dance to the rhythms and all of the blues. Things that you see on 89.3, yeah. I'm a living proof with testimony. So many blessings coming easily. Things that you get on 89.3. Tune into 89.3. You know the vibes when you tune into Wells Radio. Your preferred wholesome radio, 89.3, they carry me go. I just follow, they carry me go. You know the vibes when you tune into Wells Radio. Your preferred wholesome radio, 89.3, they carry me go. I just follow, they carry me go.
It's Wells Radio 89.3 FM. Magic.
Studio time check says it's 33 minutes past 6 a.m. today, the 27th day in May of 2025. Good morning to you, dear listener. Thank you for tuning to Wells Radio 89.3 FM, your preferred wholesome radio, your number one family radio in the whole of your state. It's a wonderful Tuesday morning, and more interesting is the fact that today is Children's Day. Happy Children's Day to all of us children. Yes, I'll have to count myself, as a child. I'm also somebody's child. So happy Children's Day to every child out there. It's another day to, look at the potential that every child has. We have this saying, we always say that the children are the leaders of tomorrow. And it's another time to evaluate how we are ensuring that these leaders of tomorrow truly lead tomorrow. All right, good morning once again. My name is Bolanle Udueku Ayola, and the program is Perspectives Unlimited, where we take a look at headlines and stories making the rounds across the different dailies in Nigeria. Now, Perspectives Unlimited is coming your way live from Wells Radio 89.3 FM, and we're broadcasting live from Wells Broadcasting House. It's located along Alafin Avenue, Oluyole State, Ibadan. That's where we're broadcasting live from. And you can join us on all our social media platforms, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, X, at Wells Radio 893. Also, listen live via our website, www.wellsradio893.com. Also, find us on YouTube. We're currently live on YouTube. Drop your comments and I'll give you a shout out, okay? We're live on YouTube. Just search Wells Radio 89.3 FM on YouTube and you'll be with us. We're also live on Facebook, okay? It's our fan page, specially curated for you, our dear listeners. So just go on Facebook and search Wells Radio 893 FM fan page. I'll take that again, Wells Radio 893 FM fan page, and you'll be able to watch us live this morning. All right, as I said earlier, we're taking a look at headlines and stories making the rounds across the different dailies in the country this morning, and we have a couple of headlines. We'll start with the Daily Trust front page, where this says, "Asked to neck meeting FCTA seals PDP headquarters. That story is on pages 3 and 4 of the Daily Trust newspaper. More headlines. One dies in explosion near Abuja Barracks. That's on page 6. Kano Mosque arsonist to die by hanging. That's on page 14. Another Abuja estate attacked. Businessman abducted. That's on page 24. DPO killed. Police station burnt after man dies in custody. That's on page 26 of the Daily Trust newspaper. Speaker Abbas withdraws second bill in 9 months. That's on page 11. Why Saudi Arabia stopped me from performing Hajj, says Gumi. That story is on page 10. And we have this 42 killed in fresh Benue attack. That's on page 17 of the Daily Trust newspaper this morning. On the front page of the Punch newspaper, tension in PDP. Governors, BOT reconvene as NEC meeting stalls. Damagum uncertain about NEC meeting. Atiku, others shun a national caucus meeting. That story is on page 2 of the Punch newspaper this morning. Insurgency, Tinubu Zulum in talks over forest guard deployment. Suspected herders kill cop, 41 Benue villagers. That story is on pages 2 and 29 of the Punch newspaper this morning. More headlines. Ground rent, FCTA shuts PDP, FIRS, NAPTIP headquarters. That's on page 30. Tinubu to inaugurate Lagos Calabar Highway Section 1 on Saturday. That's on page 29. More headlines. $750 million loan. World Bank pressures Nigeria for fresh tax hike. That's on page 23. And finally, on the Punch newspaper, Oyo pays Oshun 5 billion naira in Lautech ownership deal. That's on page 28 of the Punch newspaper this morning. On the front page of the Nigerian Tribune newspaper, the headlines are similar, but we have others. NPA, Dangote to deepen maritime industry growth, expand export operations, target $7 million daily revenue through fertilizer exports. That's on page 5 of the Nigerian Tribune newspaper this morning. More headlines. 4 reasons why Adegoke cannot join APC. That's from a group, and that's on page 15. Reps bow to pressure, withdraw compulsory voting bill. That's on page 3. Sit-at-home protests caused over 700 deaths in Southeast. That's from a report. And IPOB says the report is inaccurate and unsubstantiated. That's on page 2. In Metro, mobile police officer, 41 others killed by suspected herders in Benue. That's the story on the front page of the Nigerian Tribune newspaper this morning. These and many more the stories that we'll take a look at on the front page on Perspectives Unlimited this morning. And I said we because I'm not alone. I have with me our in-house analyst and our news editor, Chukwemeka Munachi. So good morning to you.
Good morning, Bola.
How do you do?
I'm okay.
I can't wish you happy Children's Day.
But I'm somebody's child.
All right. Today is Children's Day in Nigeria.
Yes.
Is Nigeria conducive for the leaders of tomorrow?
Well, I celebrate all Nigerian children today, and I thank God for keeping them alive. And I have a heart for children because they are the future of this country. Unfortunately, we have embezzled their future, and I pray that God will give them back a new future.
Amen.
You see, when you have almost about 80 million out-of-school children in a country, there is cause for alarm. Nigerian children are under heavy pressure because when we were growing up, we didn't have this kind of pressure. We were not, food was not our problem. In fact, we eat as we like. We ate as we like, and there was no rationing of food. Our parents never, give instruction, don't eat this, no. We ate what we wanted, not what was available. But nowadays, our children are not eating what they want, but what is available. And that is why this day that we are celebrating Children's Day calls for serious thinking, especially our leaders. Because they grew up, they saw this country when it was working. Why can't we make it work for these children? Though when Nigeria was working, I had a little bit, I enjoyed it a little bit, even when we were in school, because we didn't have this issue of go and get this from your parents, go and get this. No. There was no private school then. We all attended public schools. In fact, most of us sat under a tree. When it is rain, we go inside the house. But when it is stopped, we come out again. And we enjoyed. There was no kidnapping. There was no ritual kidnapping for ransom or for ritual. We played around. We didn't know the difference between a Muslim and a Christian. But today we have divided our children. We have told them what they ought not to know, even at this time of their lives. So I call on government that there must be something that these children will enjoy for being Nigerians. We must make Nigeria livable. If you make Nigeria livable for the parents, you are invariably making it livable for the children. And also, there is no reason why a Nigerian child should not go to school. There is no reason. Even if the parents don't want that, the state must force, because when people are educated, it makes it easier for them to be led. But when people are wallowing in ignorance, it is dangerous. And we keep on doing things that, and when it comes to Medicare, the children must be cared for. Honestly speaking, I remember that time we were growing up, any small thing, they would take us to, they call it clinic then. They will take you to clinic and they just give you injection. We didn't pay. You just go home. They will come to school. What are UNICEF? I don't know. You see them in uniform. Once in a while, they will come, immunize all the children. We didn't pay anything. Once in a while, they will come and share one thing or the other. You know, all those days, why can't we bring them back? So when I see children waking up 4:30 to begin to prepare, what is all this? You have denied them their childhood. And that's why the country is dysfunctional, because the children are not given their due. We have denied them their due. We have stolen their childhood. And remember, when you steal their childhood, you make them you push them into the era where they are not prepared for. And that's why we are having problems all over the place, because we have left them. The society is after, parents are running after money. Everybody. I'm talking to you now. There are some homes you go to now. The father and the mother, they're already out. Yesterday, was it over the weekend? I was in the house. My neighbor, he was going somewhere, and I didn't know. We were only two in the compound, 2 flats. I discovered that I wanted to go. This woman locked the children inside the house and went away with the key. The first girl about 9 years, the second one about 5. I couldn't go where I was going because it was dangerous leaving the compound with only those 2 children inside that house.
And the door locked.
The husband traveled. When she came back, I warned her serious. Never in your life lock up these children, please. Never. He was looking at me and said, do you know the implication of what you have just done? If there's an emergency, how will these children come out? Before we even break this door, don't you think that something must have happened? Why should you lock them up? He said he didn't know. I said, no. Whether you know that somebody, at least we have neighbors across the fence.
Unfortunately, things have become so. I was telling someone the other day that when I was in primary school, my mom was worked in the bank, so she was, long hours, but would go home from school. Just at Olioli here, we'd walk home from school with our friends, we'll get home, there's lunch, we'll eat, and do all that. And the person said that was when the country was very safe. That was when things were still normal.
Normal, yes.
Unfortunately now, life is so
complicated.
Different, yes, that you can't just say, let me leave my children with the neighbor.
So complicated. No, yes, I understand. But locking them up, why do you lock them up? There was a case in Lagos. A woman locked up 2 children and went to buy something, and it was in the evening. There was no light, power outage. She put on the candle, and the candle fell on the rug, and the rest was history. When this house started burning, she even went away. She had even bought what she wanted to buy and was still outside talking with her friend. When she had the smoke and people were running up and down, before she came back, the children were dead. You see, I can understand, but the issue is that we still have... There is still a lot to do. Yes, a lot to do to secure these children. When I see them early in the morning going to school, I wonder what are they going to learn? in this kind of stress. Honestly speaking. So they are under heavy pressure, and I sympathize with the parents also because they too are on the run for something.
It is well. Thank you so much, Chukwemeka.
God bless you.
Let's get to the crux of the matter. If you're tuning in for the first time, I say welcome. This is Wells Radio 89.3 FM, your preferred wholesome radio. Today is Children's Day, and I just want you to stay tuned because we have so much lined up for your listening pleasure. You're going to listen to these children, the leaders of tomorrow, start leading from today. Okay, that's all I'm going to say. I'm not going to, let the cat out of the bag too much, but I want you to stay tuned and don't go anywhere. Okay, now let's get to the matters on ground, the headlines making the rounds across the different dailies. And yes, making the debut on all the front pages is the PDP issue. Now, it's twofold. The Punch has the headline as tension in PDP, governors BOT reconvene as NEC meeting stalls. So apparently, the National Caucus meeting of the PDP concluded yesterday without a resolution with the Governors Forum, the Board of Trustees leadership, and the Peace Committee that was headed by former Senate President Bukola Saraki. So they're going to meet today as well to decide the way forward for the stalled NEC meeting. There's so much happening in PDP. Chukwemeka will enlighten us on that. In addition, now in the FCTA shuts the PDP headquarters at such a time when they're supposed to have such an important meeting.
Yeah, everything is politics, and when you are infiltrated, anything can go wrong.
Let's start with what is the major issue.
There are a lot of issues. All of them are major. You understand? And it didn't start today. It started a long time ago when some of them went back on their agreement they had before the election. And at the end of the day, when you throw a stone inside the calm river or water, the ripples, it will take time before the ripples will come down. And also, when there is a crack in the wall, there are a lot of lizards in the house of PDP. And I'm not looking at the party because I believe that people are looking at them as a very strong opposition. But no, Nigerians themselves are opposition. You understand? Nigerians are no longer going to look at a party. We are not looking at party. We are looking at individuals. So whatever that's happening in PDP is nobody's concern any longer because you have the likes of Wike that is running with their hair and chasing with the fox still in PDP. And, we don't have what we are looking for. We are looking for statesmen. We are not looking for politicians. Because according to James Clark, he said that a politician thinks of the next election, but a statesman thinks of the next generation. So we are looking for statesmen. We are no longer looking for politicians. So they will be inside the PDP house politicking, and they're robbing themselves. We don't care. Nigerians don't care again. Whatever that comes out of the house of PDP, just like Nigerians, even whatever the APC is doing, Nigerians are not interested. We are looking for statesmen who will turn this country around. So we are not looking for whatever that is happening, whatever fire they put into their house. That is their own business. Let them sort themselves out. We are looking for statesmen who will think of next generation, not politicians who are thinking of only the next election.
Thank you so much for that. Now, the current what's the word here? The current fracas within the PDP. What does it spell for them for this next election?
It is a distraction. It is a distraction. Like I said, is a house. The good book said, "A house divided against itself cannot stand." So I don't see PDP. That's why there are coalition here and there, formation of new groups coming up because they know that the fire is out of PDP. You understand? And Wike, the FCT minister, and what he's doing right now in Abuja, seizing this one. And you see, I keep saying it that he's not doing President Bola Ahmed Tinubu a service. He's not. He's the marketing APC. He's the marketing the president with his utterances, with the things he does. He's not helping the president. If I were the president, I would rein him in. You understand? and make sure that this is not the time. No matter when a man is accused of stealing a goat, you don't entertain people with dry meat. You understand? You keep off. There are certain things you don't do at this point in time. When there is even Nigerians are saying people we are inching closer to dictatorship, to one party state, which is not. You should allow let there be opposition in every society that grows. There must be dissent. You must have dissenting voices. You must have people who will not agree. That's when you even know that.
To keep them in check.
Yes, but when you allow people are decamping here and there, I say don't worry, they are taking a walk in the park because defection comes with its own baggages. Like I gave analogy of I always like to go ecclesiastical when it comes to because you remember the story of the prodigal son.
Yes.
The one that didn't leave house was angry with the father for lavishing all the love on the one that came back. Now with the APCs, they are celebrating defectors, forgetting that there are people that kept the house. So this is why I kept telling people that there will be an implosion. Because when you keep giving all the attention and promising them ministerial positions, diplomatic and all these things, and the ones that have maintained the house, what happens to them? They will come after those ones. You know, that's why when people are decamping and doing this, I just laugh because I know that at the end of the day, we will see how the thing will play out. But for me right now, all I'm asking for and I'm believing God for is a statesman who will come out and take Nigeria as his constituency. Who will think of, now we are talking of Children's Day. You are talking of Children's Day. If we have leaders who don't think about the next generation, how are we going to be having, where will their future? That tomorrow we're telling them that the leader, will that tomorrow come? It won't come. Well, when you embezzle their present and the future, where will they get the tomorrow? They won't get it. So I was talking to some young children, some young chaps, and I told them that, oh, you people are leaders of tomorrow. They say, has to stop there. That they want to leave today. But I was very happy. I said, yes, our children have come home. Yeah, they shunned me. I said, no. I shouldn't say that. That they want to lead. They want to start leading today, and I was very happy because they told us the same story.
But the same set of people that were there when they told us that we are the leaders tomorrow, are still there.
So that's the thing, you understand? So I'm happy that our children are demanding that they want to start leading today. And they can't lead if we have a lot of bottlenecks on their way. If we put a lot of things on their way, a lot of economic, social, and physical, and a lot of banana peels, they will stamp on them and they will fall. And let me even tell you something, Bola. If you look at all our leaders, they started leading from their youth. Gowon was 30-something years. Buhari was 33 years. Ojukwu was 30-something. Obasanjo was 30-something. All of them, where can we find a 30-year-old Nigerian today? He's still with their parents, still collecting money to go out. That is what I'm saying. I look at these things and it's appalling. And that's why I keep telling them, look, anytime they invite me for talks or anything, I tell them, I say, look, stand up and demand for what is your right. Because you are not supposed to be at get up. Stop carrying bags for these people that are supposed to have retired and they are still in leadership position. You understand? They say, how will they start? You can start from where you are. Start from where you are because these ones were in government in their 30s. Some of them, Enehoro was 26 years or other 26 years when he was a commissioner. Where do we find them today? Somebody 26 in Nigeria today probably may be doing skit or doing.
All right, thank you so much.
That is it, Bola.
Now, additionally, something that caught my attention, aside the sealing of the PDP headquarters for non-payment of ground rent for 28 years, we also had the FIRS property sealed for alleged 25 years default of ground payment. Now, the FIRS has said, oh, we paid. No, we don't owe anything. And the FCTA has said, bring your receipts for the 25 years. Now, what is mind-boggling is the fact that the Federal Inland Revenue Service Commission or service is one that ensures that people are compliant.
And they are not compliant.
And it seems here that there are allegations now that they are not compliant.
Ebola, you are talking of not being compliant. Can you Google people that are paying that are owing PHCN? you will understand that
We
almost all.
once had also the Aso Rock owing
I'm coming.
PHCN.
Oh, you will find out that most government agencies are owing. Nigerian military, they are owing. Air Force, they are owing. ICPC, they are owing. EFCC, they are owing. So that is why you cannot lead without being an example to the people you are leading. Now, does it mean that the money was not given to them to pay for these things? That is the question. So most of these agencies are owing. Google it, you will find it will be mind-boggling. You will be shocked that when individuals are owing PHCN, you go and collect their wire. You know what happened in Ikeja?
In Lagos.
In Lagos,
So they went
yes.
to beat up
They went to beat up officials of PHCN. They were owing, so they disconnected them. Why must you owe? Why must you owe? Does it mean there was no allocation given to you to offset your debts? Why must you owe? So that is why Nigeria is abnormal. You begin to wonder what actually is happening here. Aso Rock was owing until the president started. I think they started paying.
Now they're about to have a solar.
Solar. You understand? That you look at us, you begin to wonder who did this to us. You are in government. We have allocations every now and then. What did you do with the allocation they gave to you? You are owing. They give you power. You cannot you cannot pay for power, and yet you have the money. Who has been brought to book for embezzling what was allocated to be used to offset the debts owed for? That is the problem, Bola, and that's why I keep saying that we will, if we continue, these politicians, let us look for statesmen, people who truly love this country and want it to move forward. Not people that we're moving in a circle. The same story we'll be hearing is the same story we are still hearing. Why? Let's change the narrative.
All right, thank you so much. If you're just tuning in, dear listener, you're in at a good time, even though you didn't come early, but it's still a good time. You're listening to Perspectives Unlimited on Wells Radio 89.3 FM, your preferred wholesome radio. We're taking a look at headlines and stories making the rounds across the different dailies in the country this morning. And we, basically have talked about the crisis brewing in the PDP. You can join the conversation by calling our phone lines. We're going to open them now, and I'll call out the phone numbers 0916-893-1000, 0916-893-2000, and 0915-333-4893. I'll take the numbers again: 0916-893-1000, 0916-893-2000, and 0915-333-4893. These are the numbers to call to be a part of the conversation this morning. You can also be a part of the conversation by dropping your comments on our Facebook fan page, Wells Radio 893 FM fan page, or you can drop your comments on our YouTube live chat. We're live on YouTube, Wells Radio 89.3 FM. Now, there's this headline that says, Reps withdraw compulsory voting bill. Apparently, the Speaker of the House of Reps, Honorable Abbas Tajuddin, has withdrawn the compulsory voting bill. So apparently this bill was supposed to make voting mandatory for all eligible Nigerians. We haven't been on this. I'm sure you've probably had this conversation.
Yeah,
we
talked briefly about it.
But once again, let me have your
Bola,
thoughts.
When they came up with this bill, we even handled it during our Wazobia platform. A lot of Nigerians called that program and said government should prepare to build more prisons because they were prepared to come and hand themselves over. I think they came up with that bill in order to draw attention of Nigerians to the house that we are here doing something. You understand? Yes, that's the way I see it. They want Nigerians to know that.
But is it about the quantity of bills?
No. But something must be going on. You understand? They just want Nigerians to know that we are doing something, and that's why they came up with that bill in order for people to talk. And actually, there's no bad publicity. The thing actually did its work because Nigerians started talking. That's what they wanted. How can you jail somebody because he refused to go and vote? You understand? What of those we voted for and they didn't do what they said they will do? What happens to them?
Good morning.
Hello, good morning to you,
Yeah,
madam.
good morning, ma.
Your name and where you're calling from, please.
Ruth calling from Malaka.
You're welcome, Ruth. How are you doing today?
Yeah, fine, thank you, ma. And you?
I'm fine, thank you.
I
Please.
greet my daddy in the house. Good morning, sir.
Yeah, good morning, Ruth.
Yes, sir. No, the crisis working PDP should have been a thing of the past by now. I did mean they have put aside their differences, but their service interest would allow them, most especially Mr. Wiki. So I will just employ those opposition parties to come together and resolve their differences, because they must wrestle power from this APC come 2027. Because since this hardship has to stop before things get out of hand. They should please have mercy on us, and we
Ruth.
Nigeria, we should please rise up.
Ruth, so
Because
do you believe that the PDP is the party that will save us from the current issues?
As is it now, I'm not sure. That's why I'm not using the opposition party to please come to our age. And we in Nigeria, we should please vote for personality and not political party. Good morning, ma.
Thank you so much.
You know, Ruth is echoing the same thing everybody say. Let me tell you something, Bola. They came up with that idea and they succeeded in making Nigeria.
Let's take the scope.
Hello,
please.
good morning.
Good morning
Good
to
morning
you,
to our
sir.
listeners. I'm Sherry calling from Nara.
You're welcome, Mr.
Happy
Sherry.
Children Day.
Thank you so
Can you
much.
see now the Nigerian, the masses, they have turned to opposition party. According to what the last caller said. See, about Wiki, if Wiki were expelled from the party, even we know for PDP to do the needful, they need to set up some discipline committee that anybody that is not aligned with their constitution or is doing anti-panky or anti parties, they should sanction that person from the party and expel him. So that's my own submission for them. If really they want to abide from advice that we Nigerians are giving them, because the coalition that they want to form now, some people mention ADC, some people mention SDP, but I want to appeal to Atiku. It's not compulsory for me to recontest. If you try and support young candidates from the south, that's my own submission. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Sherry.
So they got exactly what they wanted. You understand? But even many lawyers came out to condemn it. It can't fly, because if had it been they came up and said, okay, if you don't vote, you go to prison for 6 months or you pay 100 naira fine, and anybody voted into power and he didn't do what he told the people he would do for them, he will go to Nigerians will come out and accept it. You know, I will readily champion it. But the issue is that it is one-sided.
Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning.
Hello?
Good morning to you.
Oh, good morning, World System.
Good morning to you. Your name and where you're calling
All right,
from?
good morning. Good morning, ma. Good morning, Mr. Senator. My name is Salami Tajudin. I'm calling from Awotan.
You're
Good morning.
welcome, Mr. Salami. How are you doing today?
Fine, thank you, madam. Thank you very much, ma. You too.
I'm fine, thank you. Let's have
All
a
right, thank you very much, ma. All right, ma. Thank you very much. You see, for me, I just want to appeal to Nigerians that people should be less concerned with the crisis rocking PDP. As a matter of fact, as much as possible, I want us to kind of take our mind off PDP as an opposition party that will rescue us, because they have succeeded in planting wicked to destroy the party, and they will not rest because they have the resources to do everything. You find out that from now to 2027, PDP will be moving from one crisis to another. It's for a purpose. They are doing it, purposefully. So people should take their mind off PDP as a party that will rescue us. Even those that are trying to make sense now, what were their roles in this party before 2027 to 2023 election? They all destroyed it. They are not trying to put things together to implement it. It's not as easy as that. That is as far. So people, for me, people should now even look more and pray more for the coalition they are forming here and there, that they should just get their acts together. And let me say this, it may sound stupid to some people, I don't care. But what I want to say is that I think people should de-emphasize whether it should be South or North this time around, honestly speaking. On anywhere the party goes, anywhere where we find a statesman, I want to Mr. Chukwemeka, is where we should go for now, honestly speaking. After by the time we're able to rescue this party, power from APC, then we can go back to our original.
Can I ask
you
a
know.
question, Mr. Salami?
Oh, please go ahead, madam.
What is your definition of a statesman?
Of a statesman?
Yes.
Okay, a statesman is a thinker. It's a solution provider. It's somebody who truly loves Nigeria. It's somebody who truly loves his people. Somebody who looks beyond me. In fact, somebody that will kind of have the mind that Nigeria for Nigerians alone. Honestly,
Now,
a statesman is somebody. Okay.
do you believe that in looking at the current players we have right now, do we have anybody who has that qualities?
Say what?
Do we have
Yes, not very
anybody
clear.
that has that quality?
Yeah, well, madam, believe me sincerely, we have them. You see that they are not too interested, or maybe they are afraid of. For instance, I don't want to mention him,
Yeah.
but if you ask me to mention a name, I can. Honestly speaking, I have a name of somebody in the southeast. It's not even Obi. Honestly speaking, I have somebody in the southeast that I believe can deliver Nigeria. He's an economist. Is this somebody like the likes of Mogalu is there? If we look into the north, we will find them there. It's not the type of Showore that we didn't know that was working for Tinubu to fight Jonathan. So we are not looking for this type of people. We are looking for true Nigerians.
Thank you so much, Mr. Salami.
But okay.
Hello, good
Hello,
morning.
good morning.
Good morning to you, madam. Your name and where
Hello.
you're calling from. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning to you. What's your name? Where are you calling from? All right, we lost that call. Please go ahead.
You see, what we are saying is this. You are asking our dear friend, we have statesmen. The tragedy of our country is that those who don't know anything are full of confidence. That they know what they are. But those who know what to do are full of doubt. That's where we are in between the red,
devil and the red.
Yes, you understand. We have good Nigerians, and why they can't come out is that politics is no longer about service, and they have monetized it. That if you don't have tons of money, you cannot come out. If it is less attractive, there are many good Nigerians, both in the north, both in every corner of Nigeria. You see good people who will come out and rescue this country.
Hello, good
Hello,
morning.
good morning.
Good morning to you, madam. Your name and where you're calling from.
Hello.
Hello, we can hear you.
This is Adegoke from Muslim.
Okay, you're welcome.
Regarding
Adegoke.
the crisis in the PDP, it's so sad that they are yet to solve the crisis facing their party. So I just thought that if they really want to stand as a formidable opposition come 2027, they should try and settle their differences. That's my intake. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Adegoke.
So let me even take you back to history, Bola. When we had political parties, because right now we don't have political parties. We don't have. They are all businessmen and women trading and buying in Nigeria. When we had political parties, it was the people own the party. But nowadays, an individual with questionable credential, tons of money, we don't know where the money come from, we hijack the party. You know what I'm saying? And because, how did I come to know this? I was a child when my mother was part of a political party. And they always come back home with a form. It's a card, a contribution. All of them, they contribute to the party. So from that standpoint, everybody has a voice in that party because he has made some contribution. But nowadays, you don't have somebody will come and buy off the party. That's why they keep saying it doesn't have a structure. Which structure? The people are the structure. But the structures we are talking of today is people. How many people have you bought? How many people have you sold? How many people have you? That is the problem. If we make politics less attractive, good people will come. Nigerians are full of good people. Nigeria does not lack good people. But the thing is that the system has been so corrupted, so monetized, so demonized that good people are not coming out. They are afraid that they don't want to be soiled. That's why you hear the statement, politics is a dirty game. It's not a dirty game. It's a ministry. It's about taking people to the next level. It's not about dehumanizing people that we have these days. You understand? So, and all these coalitions we are having, remember that APC is a product of coalition. Yes, it came out of coalition. So we have coalitions, people are gathering, but what I'm looking at is these people that are coming together, what are they coming for? Is it to rescue Nigeria? Is it to help Nigerians? Is it for another jamboree? Is it to change the narrative of this country? You understand? So that's why I keep telling people, de-emphasize party, emphasize more on individuals, and let us not be tribal. Tribalism is a very big problem in this country. Tribalism and religion, very huge problem. People go to the poll walking the tribal route. People go to the poll in the name of their religion, forgetting that, look, at the end of the day, we all buy from the same market. Now we have Muslim ticket. How far? That's the problem. How far have we gone? When it was mooted, everybody said, it will give us the best. They have this thing. They are very sagacious politically. They can deliver. What have they delivered? Muslim ticket. If somebody said and say, even if it's pagan ticket or Christian ticket, let us jettison these primitive, primordial ideas. It can't help us as a people. We need people. We need statesmen. People who will not think of the next election, but people who will think of the next generation of Nigerians. Because this country will remain and they will fizzle out. You know?
All right, let's take this call. Hello, good morning.
Hello?
Hello, good morning, sir.
Hello, West Radio.
Good morning, sir. Can you hear us?
Yeah, good morning. I cannot hear you, but if you are hearing me, my name is Tony Egba. Briefly, these people who are gathering, they are gathering to go hunting. And when you go hunting, they are planning how to share it. But what is going to cause problems? Who is going to take the head of the animal they are going to kill? That's what they are all businessmen. They are not interested in Nigeria. Whatever coalition they are gathering together is to rule. They are planning to go to hunting. And when they kill the animal, the problem is going to be who will take the head. Who is going to be the president among this coalition? Good morning, West.
Thank you so much, Mr. Egba. He started with a proverb.
Yes, it's true, no? You know, if we are going for hunting, and somebody says that your leg is looking like that of an animal, you know that you have a problem. Somebody you are going to, both of you are going to hunting together. You see, Bola, that is the question. Who is a Nigerian? Because look, Bola, if we don't, a statesman will make Nigerians have confidence in their country. A statesman will be patriotic because Nigeria is his constituency, irrespective of religion. You understand? A politician does not have Nigeria as his constituency. His children will school abroad. A statesman will make sure that he builds schools so that his children will school here as well. A statesman will not travel abroad for medical care. A statesman will patronize the hospital he has built because he believes in the country. That's the difference between politician and statesmen. We have politicians, we have not yet got statesmen and women. When you have statesmen and women, Nigeria will turn around. And Nigerians will, because patriotism is not enforced. You must be patriotic first as a leader before your people will see what you are doing and be patriotic. You can't enforce it.
All right, thank you so much for that. If you're just joining us, it's Perspectives Unlimited. We're taking a look at headlines and stories making the rounds across the different dailies in Nigeria. Now, there's this headline on a couple of dailies. On the Punch, it says, federal government engaging Saudi for barring me from Hajj. On the Daily Trust, it says, why Saudi Arabia stopped me from performing Hajj. This is coming from Sheikh Ahmad Gumi, who we all know. Now, apparently, he was to travel for this year's Hajj, and he revealed that although the Saudi government issued him a visa for Hajj, he was denied entry into Medina to begin his religious rites. He said, for obvious reasons, his views about world politics. He said the Saudi authorities are uncomfortable with his presence in Hajj after giving him the Hajj visas. However, he says the Nigerian authorities have pledged to take up the matter immediately with Saudi Arabia.
That's a soft landing. Look, they deported him. That's the summary of the whole thing. He landed, they landed him and deported him back. This is a man. Anything that comes out of his mouth causes problem for the country. You think the world is not watching? In fact, I was so happy as when I saw that thing. And that's a lesson. Saudi Arabia is a Muslim country, but they are not extremists. They don't believe in extremism. No. They are highly educated, highly civilized, highly technological. Everything you can think of is there. So they don't want people who are primitive in their thoughts and everything coming there to cause problem. So they must have their reason. This man you just mentioned now, what is accident in our country? Has he ever made any statement that did not cause division in this country?
Let's take this call. Hello, good
Hello,
morning.
good morning.
Good morning to you,
I'm
sir.
Sherry is calling back.
You're
See,
welcome
God bless Saudi Arabia. See, we Nigerians, our leaders here, they are what they are pamper terrorists. Saudi Arabia, the action they have taken, I think we need to commend them. See, they call someone a PRO of terrorists. And what the Saudi Arabia did, that means they take the responsible action at that time. But we in this country, that's where anytime we see terrorists, we pamper them, we call them repentant terrorists. But the action taken by the Israel government now for the soft landing of, I think Saudi Arabia, we also reject it again. So I think in a country where their institution is very strong beyond individual, that is where you can see that they will take that institution as a strong element for them. That's what really happens in Saudi. But here in Nigeria, our institution is very weak. Anytime Gumi utter a statement, we always see the consequence. This is not the first time, this is not the second time. That is my own submission. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Sheriff.
So you understand what you saying? You understand? In Saudi Arabia, no individual is bigger than the state. But in Nigeria, a lot of individuals are bigger than the state. That's why we have problem. This, I thank God they deported him. Go to the social media and see how Nigerians were celebrating it. Yes, they sent him back to where he's coming from. Don't come here and cause you this. You understand? And that is why I keep telling people, when youth say certain things, because he has always been causing, he has always been making utterances that are very divisive. You understand? And the Nigerian state has been so weakened, so cowardly that they cannot check him, his excesses. Now there is a foreign government. He went there with all this, and they sent him, they deported him. So it is a good one. It's a welcome development.
Now, what does it speak for Nigerian authorities that he was one of the delegates sponsored by NACON?
That shows people the kind of country we have. That shows the world the kind of country we have. Because they have their profile. Anything can go on here. Anything goes here. That is the marketing. When they say some people are the market, these are people that are the marketing Nigeria. That is it. They have his profile. They didn't take that decision because they didn't like his face. No. He stood for something. To them, he represented something they didn't want in their country. And they sent him back. Go back where you are coming from. So it shows that Nigeria state is, that's why I keep saying, Bola, when we have a statesman or a stateswoman, this country will sit up. Because God has given us all it takes to be a great country. But look at how people are running around, calling themselves politicians. They're all businessmen and women. Nothing to show for, nothing, no single love for this country. If you have love for Nigeria, you buy made in Nigeria, you eat made in Nigeria, you will lead by example, then people will follow you. But because they have nothing at stake except that they are occupying positions of power. Imagine this man, chief of staff to the president. He went to one university and said they should expand their reach. They should bring in foreign students to come and school here. Foreign people will leave their country and come to school in Nigeria. Is that how? Now, Nigerians that are leaving to go and study abroad, is it not because the environment was as is conducive? That's why they are leaving. But have you created an enabling environment for people to come and school in Nigeria? You have not done that as a leader. And you are going about on your advice. If you ask that man now, none of his children is here.
All right, thank you so much, Chukwemeka. If you're just joining us, it's Perspectives Unlimited, live on Wells Radio 89.3 FM, your preferred wholesome radio. You can be a part of the conversation. We have a couple of minutes left to go by calling the studio lines at 0916-893-1000, 0916-893-2000, and 0915-333-4893. I'll take the numbers again, 0916-893-1000, 0916-893-2000, and 0915-333-4893. 893. These are the numbers to call to be a part of the conversation this morning. Now, this headline on the Punch says, Insurgency, Tinubu Zulum in talks over foreign guards deployment. Now, it says that President Bola Tinubu and the Borno State Governor, Professor Babagana Zulum, yesterday discussed new strategies to curb the advance of jihadist factions of Boko Haram and the Islamic State West African province, ISWAP. Apparently, they say that the discussion was centered on bolstering security through the rapid deployment of forest guards and the expedited delivery of arms and equipment to Northeastern Military Formation. Is it as simple as that?
It's not as simple as that. There are so many things to be done.
Let's take this call. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, my beautiful sister.
Good morning to you, sir.
God will honor you.
Amen.
Now, today is Children's Day. I want to do a little bit of peace for our children that are listening to me right now. Happy Children's Day to our lovely children. May the good Lord bless and keep you. You will grow in grace and God's knowledge. Happy Children's Day. This is Benga Mario, calling from Apata.
You're welcome, Mr. Mario.
Thank you. Now, on the issue of Sheikh Gumi, I think I want to applaud Saudi government for what they have done. That is to tell you that in Saudi, things are working as expected. That's to tell you that in Saudi, there's governance and there's governance in Saudi, and system in Saudi is working actively. But here in Nigeria, it is in this country that we name the names of some the sponsors of kidnappers, sponsors of banditry in the country, and they will release those names, and the government of the day will not even have anything to do with the names being released. So that keeps banditry to foster on, because they knew that the perpetrator of this act knew that there are no consequences. There are no consequences for evil acts. So the thing, banditry now lingers on. But thank God for Saudi, for what they have done. That's to show you that Gumi in this country is a threat. Is sponsoring banditry in this country, and his name has been mentioned a while ago, even by an international country. But what do we have at the end of the day? Nobody is acting on the information given to the federal government. Well, we don't guide our leaders to do the right thing. And the issue of Wike, see, if PDP continue to be having problems, once they cannot fix, they cannot tame the excesses of Wike. Wike is just a single individual. Wike is not bigger than the party. Wike is eating from PDP and also eating from APC as well. And it's starting my heart that PDP caucus, let me say PDP at large, they are fearing Wike. I don't know. Wike only have just a little cartoon that he could offer. And they should also remember that Wike has thrown his weight behind Tinubu come 2027 election. That's to tell them that Wike is no longer part of them. The way forward is this. Let PDP have a meeting and let them show Wike out of the game. And Wike that is blaming Shemakinde for the woes of PDP. Was it not the one was Wike not the one that led the divide governors in the 2023 election? So that Atiku could not be able to win the presidential election. Now you are coming again now to now force Wike, to now force Shemakinde. He forced Subara now. Look at what is happening to Subara now. Look at what he did to PDP secretariat. Wike is just a single person. I think he should be shown out of the way. And Wike should also watch it. His days, no, he's not going to die, but his days in contending with business in the country are just limited. May God bless Nigeria. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Mr. Mario.
So, what were we saying?
We're talking about the insecurity issue.
There is a problem, Bola. We cannot solve it just like that. At the inception of this administration, the president threw 50 billion to northeastern states. What happened to that money? You don't throw money into insecurity. You have to be intentional. And the only way to be, and look, there's a problem in the military. That's why a lot of young people are not joining them again. That's a problem. And also a lot of infiltration. We have heard repeatedly that this Major General Marcus Kangia, he told the world that some elements were giving information to these terrorists. Now, where there is a compromise within the military, how do you think they will succeed? So the most important thing is the president should look at what is going on, because to me, if he asks me, I don't think this administration is going to handle this thing holistically and succeed. Zulum is trying his best as a governor, but there is little he can do because he has limited resources. The government should put its feet down and declare state of emergency on insecurity in this country. And these people must be flushed because they told us they are foreigners. If they are foreign, the army said they are foreigners that enter. How did they manage to enter? And since you know they are foreigners, why not flush them out? Instead, you allow them to spread all over the place, and they are killing people. And we kept quiet. So it's not throwing money. It is sitting down to actually find out how will this thing be addressed kinetically and non-kinetically. I still believe Rubadu came out the other day and said they've killed almost how many thousand terrorists. To me, that's not an achievement. What made them terrorists? Can we stop them from being terrorists? That's why I said non-kinetically. Because if the stick and the carrot approach, but if they are not Nigerians, they must be taken out of Nigeria. If they have nothing to do with our country, wherever they are coming from, send them back. That's why you're in the military, to defend the territorial integrity of our country. We cannot just fold our hands and be telling Nigerians they are foreigners. Then what are you doing as a military? If Nigerians should take laws into their hands, you go and start arresting Nigerians. Why are they coming in? Why are borders so porous? Who are those manning the borders? Why are they complicit in these people coming into the country? And who gave them the AK-47? Don't forget that Buhari, when he was in power, said, shoot at sight. If you see anybody with AK, how many people have been shot? They carry as AK-47. Nigeria we are not serious about fighting insecurity. That's the summary of it all. If we are serious, we will know what to do as a country. Nigeria has all instruments of coercion at its disposal, and it can deploy them to flush these people out. Why are they spreading it into all the nook and crannies of our country, and we are keeping quiet? People will be traveling, they go with escort in your own country. Foreigners will come in here and will lay you on the road, all in the name of that they are headers. What are they heading? And we keep quiet.
All right, thank you so much, Chukwemeka. In addition, we're wrapping up very soon. In addition, Benue State Governor Hyacinth Alia also expressed deep outrage and sorrow over the killing of at least 42 people,
again,
including the mobile police officer and the shooting of a Catholic priest by suspected armed herders in Gwe West local government area of the state.
The same people. Look, let me tell you something, Bola. I don't know, you've not been to the southeast recently. I got a report. The federal, if you go to the southeast, you would think you are entering Ukraine. Why are they having military checkpoints all over the place? Why are they not having it in the theater of operation? That to tell you how Nigeria operates. We live AIDS and we are treating eczema. If these people, alias, the governor of Benue State said it, that they are not Nigerian, because he said the language they are speaking has no familiarity with has no similarity with any Nigerian language. Now, if they are foreigners, why are they killing people? Why the military not going after them?
Thank you so much, Chukwemeka, for joining me on the show. To those who are calling us at this time, we're wrapping up the show. You can always call us on other shows, or tomorrow, Perspectives Unlimited continues at exactly 6:30 a.m. Make sure to call between 7 a.m. and 7:25 a.m. so that you can have the opportunity to share your perspectives with us. Meanwhile, to all our federal government civil servants, the federal government says it has commenced payment of the 35,000 naira wage award arrears to federal government workers. The Office of the Accountant General of the Federation said many federal government employees have confirmed receipt of the payment, adding that those that have not yet received it will do so. All right. And that's about it on the show this morning. But don't forget what I said at the beginning of the show. Please stay tuned. We have so much more in stock for you. As regards Children's Day, we're going to have our children come here and do interesting things. Okay, so just stay tuned to Wells Radio 89.3 FM all through today. My name is Bolanli Udueku Ayola, and thank you so much for staying tuned. God bless you.